Good morning. I've got your plan open in an overview in my copy of Architectural 2016. This first deal is pretty easy to do. Let me figure out. Oh, okay. You've got the columns they're set there from the library, and they're just too tall. That's all there is to that. Because you can see this fascia top here matches the adjoining fascia top, so it's just the excuse me, the columns are too tall. Also, you ought to name this this room here, something other than unspecified. Let's name it porch. Naming things tells the software other attributes. It's not just a name in this software, it's a series of programming commands. Okay, now I'm just going to click on these columns and just pull them down a little bit. You just put them in a little bit too tall for the porch. Okay. That may be still off some. You may want to adjust that, but that's up to you. Now, this deal here is very straightforward. I'm going to go on the keyboard, hit Shift and F6. Shift F6 just does this. I assume that Auto Build Roofs is on. Let me check. Yeah, that's not it. There we go, Build Roof. I just wanted to check. Okay, Auto Build Roofs is on. Fine. Now we'll go to here to Plan, and right here in Plan View on this wall, let me get out of camera mode. Select that wall there, open the dialog box, go to the Roof tab of the Walls dialog box, and tell it. The software doesn't know that you want a gable there. You have to tell it you want a gable there. This is covered, by the way, in the software. See, now you got a gable there. Okay, you can go over here to the Build Roof dialog, and I'll show you. Yeah. I'm not going to rebuild roofs because Auto Rebuild Roofs is on. Now that we've achieved the roofs that we want, I'm going to turn that off. I don't want them rebuilding every time I turn a corner. And if you go to the Roof Styles tab here, and all these different how to make different kinds of roofs, basic roof types, and how to create them. Let's click on gable roof. We'll click on that, and you'll see that it opens an article that explains to you how to get the software to make a gable. And you should practice with this. It's right here built into the software in the Build Roof dialog, Roof Styles. It's very useful. Okay, now we've got a porch with a gable over it. It's easy once you know how. I'm sure you hate to hear that, but it is quite true. Now this wall here is the wrong wall type. I'm going to go up to the attic in Plan View. See, there's that wall there, and for whatever reason it's the wrong wall type. If you open the dialog box, see it's an interior pour wall, and you want a siding pour wall to match the other exterior walls. And that error message was just the software complaining about you messing with its automaticity, and that's just what it's programmed to do. Don't worry about it. Okay, I think that's all you had. The porch, I needed a room. I've added a room divider for the porch. Not sure how to create a front porch. Well, you saw how I did it. I didn't pay any attention to any other room divider walls. You don't really need them. As long as you've got 3 connected walls, you've got a room. And then with a room, you can then name it whatever attributes you want. That makes sense. Let's see. Alright, gable, how do I raise the height of the room divider? I don't even know what you're asking there. If you want to raise the ceiling of the porch, you just raise the ceiling of the porch, and then the roof will, without our roofs on it, it'll rebuild. But I don't think you need to. Open gable. How do I change this gable over the door? Well, I showed you that. Columns, I don't see. Brick is. Oh. Let me show you about that. Excuse me for laughing in your face, but it's new people are kind of funny. I used to be a new people. If you want to have brick here instead of white, we'll just go over here to, we'll click on the column, open this dialog box, go to materials, and you can see there's 3 material settings here. If you just wanted to have brick at the top and the bottom, we'll just do the base. And let's see, we'll go to library materials and find masonry and stone. There's brick, natural brick, and then pick a brick. I just picked that at random. Now that's the base, and the trim is just above that. Let's set it to the same stuff. I'm just going to do this gradiently so you can kind of see it. We want to go to library materials, masonry, brick. See if I can remember the same brick that I picked. Yeah, that. Okay, let's stop right there. See, and I put brick on the top and the bottom. You can't see the top, but it did. Now that we've got it in there, you could use the eyedropper like that, and then you notice the eyedropper. I don't know if you've ever noticed it, but the eyedropper, whenever you use it, there's modes here, and its default mode is component mode. So you're just changing the material on the component that you're clicking on. There's also a setting for object mode, room mode, floor mode, and plan mode. And you should open the reference manual and study what these different modes do, and not use the eyedropper until you have. It's dangerous. You can destroy a plan by thinking you're doing one thing and you're doing something else. You're using the wrong mode. But I'd say put brick on the columns. Let's see what else you have. Column. Semicircular window. Okay, that's a little bit different. Excuse me. Number one, you're going to need enough ceiling height over the door to actually do it. Let's kill this camera and see what the ceiling height is on the inside. 9 feet. So we can go up to 9 feet. You understand that? I'm going to go to an elevation camera. Okay. So if you want a full-blown, well, see, we'd have to fit our arch window under here. That's what I'm going to do for now, because I think that makes the most sense. All you have to do is just go to the window tool, and you can see an incipient window there is forming. We'll click to place a window there. Now I'm going to open the dialog box of that window and change its characteristics from, when you want an arch window, you want to make it fixed glass. You want to get rid of the sill. Let's see, where is it? There we go, see it? Exterior sill and apron. Trust me on that. If you're not, an exterior window like this would not have a sill. And we'll line up the window with the door and side light below. It needs to be a little bit wider. That's a little bit too wide. Let me change the width down just a smidgen. We'll make it 51 even. That looks a little bit better. Now I'm going to open the dialog box of that window and go to the Arch tab. And in the drop down here, I'm going to select round top. Okay, the reason it's not letting me make a round top is because the dimensions of the window, the width and the height. It's explained in the reference manual. But a broken arch, let us live with. I'm going to set the broken arch diameter at 12, and then hit the tab key. I'm going to make it 18, and then hit the tab key. Okay, as I increase it, we're just about, let's make it 19. Go for 22. Okay, that's almost what I originally intended. Now, to put lights in it, we'll go to the Lights tab. Excuse me, I haven't had my breakfast yet. We'll go 3 across. Architectural doesn't have concentric lights. You'd have to get Pro for that. That's probably about the best you're going to be able to do, because there's nothing else you can set to make them angle. So that's about what you can do. That side light has a bar in it. Probably should be set to, there we go, fixed glass. Those things are usually fixed glass and not operable. Okay, that's about the best I can do. Now, to make this window taller, you'd have to raise the ceiling height in the entry area. So this is about as tall as you're going to be able to get it. Okay, thanks. I hope you consider this help.